Hey, I'm Ed Weeks Jr., and today I want to speak directly to marketing directors and enrollment managers in higher education, because if you're feeling the pressure right now, you're not alone. Between rising ad costs, shifting student behaviors, and an AI revolution that's rewriting how people search, the old playbook just isn't working anymore. And the schools you're competing with, they're not necessarily better. They're just easier to find. Today, we're going to break down exactly why colleges are losing visibility online, and more importantly, what you can do about it before the next application cycle leaves you behind. Let's start with the obvious. Most schools are still spending tens of thousands of dollars each month on Google ads, Facebook ads, and digital campaigns. But here's the truth. The average cost per click for education keywords has jumped 35% in just the last 2 years. That means you're spending more just to fight for the same students. Now layer in this. Over 70% of Gen Z students now use AI tools like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Perplexity to research colleges and universities. They're not just Googling anymore. They're asking conversational AIs. What's the best nursing program in New England? Where can I get an MBA while working full-time? Which colleges offer hybrid degrees with high post-grad employment rates? If your programs aren't part of those results, you're not even in the conversation. Let that sink in. You could have the most transformational program on the planet, but if students can't find it when they're searching, you might as well not exist. Here's what we know. The platforms have changed. The student journey has changed. And the way visibility works online, it's evolved beyond just SEO or PPC. Today's visibility is about being present in search plus AI plus voice queries plus knowledge graphs. And yet, most colleges are still treating their digital presence like it's 2016. They have outdated blogs that don't rank program pages that aren't optimized for how students search, a lack of structured data and schema, so AI can't even find or interpret their info. And most importantly, no long-term strategy to compound visibility over time. This is what we call a visibility gap, and it's where your competitors are winning. Not because they offer better programs, but because they're easier to discover in the places that matter most. Here's the part that keeps me up at night. Colleges aren't just selling courses. You're changing lives. You're giving students second chances. You're shaping futures. You're building communities. But when the right students can't find your programs at the right time, that connection never happens. They enroll somewhere else, not because it was the best fit, but because it was the first one they found. And that's the kind of gap we cannot afford in higher ed. At Scaled On, we've worked with universities, colleges, and technical schools across the country. And here's what we've learned. Traditional SEO tactics are no longer enough. You need a strategy that aligns with how Gen Z actually searches, including voice and AI search. Targets, program intent, search terms, things like Best Online Cybersecurity Program 2025, integrates structured data, so your program pages are understood by AI builds topical authority over time, so your content becomes the default answer, helps you reduce dependency on paid ads over time by building compounding evergreen visibility. This isn't theory. It's working right now for our clients. One university we worked with saw a 47% increase in organic inquiries in less than 6 months without increasing their ad spend. Another slashed their paid media budget by 30% after our SEO strategy kicked in, while increasing enrollments year over year. So, what can you do today to start moving in the right direction? Here are 3 things I'd recommend immediately. 1. Audit your current visibility. Google your top programs the way a student would. Are you showing up? Are your competitors? Are AI tools even mentioning your name? 2. Fix your program pages. Make sure they're targeting the actual phrases students search. Add FAQs. Use structured data. Optimize for mobile. 3. Create content that builds trust and authority. Not just blogs for the sake of blogs, but resource hubs, student stories, post-grad outcomes, the kind of content that answers questions real humans and AI are asking. And if that sounds overwhelming, you're not alone. That's exactly why we created our Higher Ed Visibility Audit at Scaled On. It's a free, no strings attached report that shows you where you're currently ranking, what gaps exist between you and your competitors, and how you can start driving more inquiries and enrollments without spending more on ads. If you're ready to stop losing students to schools with better SEO, but not better programs, then I invite you to schedule your free visibility audit today at scaledon.com/education. No fluff, no jargon, just real insights you can act on. Because the next enrollment cycle isn't waiting for you to catch up. Let's make sure your institution gets seen, gets chosen, and continues changing lives. Thanks for watching. I'm Ed Weeks Jr., your outsourced growth partner. If this video brought you value, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone in higher ed who needs to hear it. I'll see you in the next video.